So Maverick and I are out here finding out that it is snowing again. And I don't know how well the camera's picking it up because my screen is already a little bit wet, but like it's been snowing for a bit. If you can see the tree up there, or maybe like the bushes and the vines over here, my grapevines. But it's snowing while the sun is trying to be out, which is always interesting. And yeah, just getting a little bit of snowfall for March. Maybe it'll be a white St. Patrick's Day, I don't know. Obviously it's starting to collect a little bit, but I don't know for, how long. I know we're supposed to get more snow next weekend too. I don't remember what the temperatures were during the week, so I don't know if it's gonna stick around, but like through the week. But with our luck, it'll be like 70 on Wednesday and back to snow on the weekend again. But anyway, all right. I love you guys. I just thought I would check in while we're out here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hey guys, it's Heather the Crochet Witch. I do have Maverick. I don't know if you gonna jump up and say hi? I don't know. He's nosy right now. How are you guys doing today? Maverick and I have a bit of a JoAnn's haul again. Here's the thing. I know I was contemplating in my last video, but there were some colors that I was still regretful of not grabbing. Just like here on out, honestly, I don't think I care if the rest of my life is just using JoAnn's Big Twist Value. Like that would be fine with me. I do like other yarns, obviously. But I can't seem to stop collecting the yarn. It doesn't bother me if that's like what I use for like the rest of my life, but anyway, and I had been prepared because didn't I just say like pretty much all of my stores are, there's like nothing in them except for the big one that way. There was some things left, but there was like no Big Twist Value. There was no of the yarns that I'm more interested in. And even the other ones, like I'm not saying I'm not interested in Lion Brand, but like I wasn't trying to get Lion Brand or Red Heart or, except for the bitty stripes for this blanket and everything. It's not that I'm not interested in them, but like when like those are things I could always grab. Well, in theory, unless they get rid of those too, right? But that's another issue for another time. But my middle-sized store, which is the one that like my grandma used to take me to and stuff, that store, restocked. Not a full restock. It's not like all the shelves were not like bursting or anything like that. If I remember, I will edit in a few pictures actually. And I just couldn't help it. I got more of the colors that I wanted, more of the colors that I already had some colors of, etc., etc. So I'm just gonna show you what I got, okay? And like I do have some plans for some of these. I have plans eventually for all of it. I just don't have certain patterns in mind, etc. So let me show you what I got. Most of it is Big Twist Value. I'm just going to tell you right now. And this is the color Chocolate Brown. And you're probably really familiar with this because, are both of the tails coming out? Yes, they are. One is an easy pull, one is a death trap. Choose carefully. You've probably seen this plenty of times because this one is like, it's the color I use in my hopper cabin blanket. It's a color that I use a lot, and like I use brown a lot, and then I use Big Twist Brown a lot. And this is the particular shade that I like to use. This and Camel are like my two favorite browns from Big Twist. But I grabbed 1, 2, 3, 4. I grabbed 5 of them. Which honestly, I could just have like a wall of brown yarn and just mix it with like different retro colors and I'd be happy, if we're being honest. And plus, like I said, I mean, the hopper blanket, only every other square had brown. Like they all had red, they all had the jade color, they all had yellow, but then half of the squares had cream, half of the squares had brown. And even just from the size I made, which wasn't big, it was, you know, throw size. Oh, this one's also got the the dangerous pull. Even though that wasn't huge, like it was big enough that like anytime I'm sick and I'm up and I'm sitting like in my chair, it covers me fully, especially like if I put my feet up and kind of just sit back, it covers me just fine. So it's not like a baby blanket, but it's also not like I'm going to stretch out over my bed and be, you know, big enough for Maverick and I to cuddle under and that kind of thing. It's not a big blanket. And that used almost 2 balls, I think, of the brown. Had all of the squares been, it would have been 3 to 4 balls, you know. So I mean, considering I got 5 here, and that would have only made squares enough for one, you know, decent lap blanket or kind of small throw blanket. It's not crazy considering how many blankets I make, right? It's not. If I only made like amigurumi or like little keychain guys or something like that, that's a lot different, you know. That then I'd be 5 lifetimes. I mean, I as it is, I know I bought a lot, and I know that this could very easily be a lifetime of yarn. But oh yeah, you got something to say too? But blanket wise and such, like, or if you make like, you know, big sweaters, like cardigan type sweaters or duster type sweaters, it's not that crazy of a number, you know, of each one. The fact that I got like every color that I could possibly want ever, that's a little overstepping maybe, but the number wise that I got of them is not the most insane thing ever. As long as I never decide that I don't like big twist value, we'll be fine. So I also got this little orphan-y guy. He was the only one left, I believe. Actually, I think this might be the one that I thought he was the only one left. And then I saw like another, because if I remember to put the pictures in, they put like, so they had like all like, we're just going to say one of the colors I remember is slime. So they had like multiple areas in the same wall of slime, and you think that's what's there. And then you get to a different wall or aisle, and they had more slime. And then you get to the boxes up front, not up front, but like in the aisles, you know, up front. And they also had slime. So like just say slime. They weren't all in one area. So I think I thought at the time I was getting this as just the one of, and it would obviously go, it's mustard. And it would go with the brown, etc. It's what I like. I have projects with this in it already, so it's not a bad thing to have more. But Maverick, hey, come here. What are you doing? It sounded to me like you were getting into something. Is that what you were doing? You wouldn't tell me if you were, would you? Anyway, sorry. But then I found more. And I just got the one because I was like, no, you know, you're only rescuing this one because it was an orphan. And, okay, one may not hurt, but like, don't get 10 of them, you know, or whatever. Just, I did try to talk myself through a little bit of common sense there. Then, what else do we get, little baby? What else do we get? In the terms of one, I got one more grape, just because I believe when I bought that really big shipment of yarn that I bought 2. And I don't know, like I said, I was just going through going, maybe I'll want one, maybe I'll want this. Just trying to finally feel complete with my numbers evened out. And I was like, 3 of them. I remember what I said about the brown yarn with the blanket. 3 of them mixed with something else would do well to make a decent sized blanket. At least decent size. I mean, if I mixed it with more than 1 or 2 other colors of equal amounts, it'll go a lot further, right? But, you know, having 3 is better than 2 in that case. So I got one more grape. And I guess if I got 3, because I guess I don't remember, then 4 would be fantastic. 4 would definitely, you know, pull its own weight or however you want to put it in a blanket with other yarns. So Sorry, I had an empty JoAnn's bag, so I was just trying to throw these into it, and now the handle's wanting to give me all sorts of problems. Then these definitely were the only two left. They had whites, but these were the only two creams, which creams is going with this whole 70s, 80s aesthetic, right? Kind of like 80s thrift shop, I know, but... and then I got Rust, which I don't remember if these were the only ones I got. I think I might have left some, but I got 3 more Rust, because these are what I will probably end up putting in my Stranger Things recreation blanket from Eddie's Camper Adventures. I'm going to end up calling it Eddie's Camper Blanket, I can already tell. Are you playing out there? Are you playing? And then I had some of these before, but this was another at a different store. I only grabbed like so many, and I don't think I ordered any of this to go with it. So I grabbed another Big Twist Value in the, well, I grabbed several. In the color Warm Brights. I thought that was really, really pretty. I ended up getting 3 of these. And I cannot for the life of me remember in January who made, like, I don't remember if it was Louise. I cannot remember who did it. I'll have to go back and look. But when we did Follow That Bird for the movie Marquee Challenge, somebody used this and said they thought it was a very big bird color. And I 100% agree. And I think of that, I'm going to say, I think of that every time now I go looking at, you know, that yarn. Like, should I get more big bird yarn? Of course, the answer is yes, you know. So that was one bag. Let's put this over here out of the way. And then I picked up another bag of yarn. I mentioned slime, which what I really hoped to have seen, honestly, if I went in that door and all they had was safety yellow, I would have walked out with some safety yellow and been happy. I think I only have 3, I might have 4 safety yellows, but like on the grand scheme of things, compared to my other neons and such, I have a lot more. Like, this is what I'm using for their neon green. I don't feel like they have anything more neon than this, but it's also a very Halloween-y, you know, slime green. So yeah, so I multiple projects, and I have a project that I'm using this in already. So I definitely didn't want to run out. I would have been mortified if I ran out. So I got 1, 2, this number 3 was popping off. This one I definitely thought I was getting the last of, because I got, I want to say 5. You know, yeah. I got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Definitely enough, hopefully enough for the project that I'm working on, and potentially one more. Oh, that's the one with the label. Potentially enough for one other project at least, which will make me really happy. All right. So there's the slime that I got. And then, oh, that's where she stuck it. I found one more of the size C hooks in the Big Twist, because I am really loving this so far. I'm really loving the small hooks for like amigurumi. So I've been nabbing them up. I feel like there's a couple of sizes that I've just completely missed, but you know what? That's okay. I got... Oh, I saw this, like, there were like several places where this was in the store. So I saw these like walls of this color that are sapphire. And I may not be the biggest blue person in the world, but I just think this is gorgeous. This one is slightly lighter, but this is in the same like family as the Red Heart with Love that I hoarded so much of. That was, I want to say peacock, but this is in the same family for sure. It's gorgeous, right? How pretty is that? And there was so much of this that I figured if for some reason I have like second thoughts, I could always go back and grab a few more. But I think 4 is good. Like I could mix this with the purple that I was just talking about having 3 or 4 of. But there is the sapphire. It's very majestic and royal and aptly named. Come on, light. There we go. So I got sapphire. I have to put these in their own bag. I'm just kind of propping them up next to the other one, like the bag that I filled. And yeah, something's gonna give. And then while I was with the blue family here, I found gathering up the neons, because I was still hoping at the time for neon, for safety yellow. I got 3 more of the cyans, which this is what I would consider a neon blue. If you're going to use like your neons together, I would definitely use this one. This looks a lot like the Hirschners in the neon line. They're blue. But here it is next to the sapphire. So there's a definite difference, right? It's definitely lighter and neon-y. This is the color that I used in my Big Bird projects. In one of my Big Bird projects for the Movie Marquee Challenge. But yeah, that's the color cyan. Will my tower of Big Twist stay a tower, or will it fall? I will not fit any more there, I can tell you that. I got one other value. I did get some other yarn in there, but this one is the color Hot Pink, because I feel like this is the one I have the most neons of. And I really do need to just, I should have already done it, but I really do need to just inventory how many of each one I have. But I feel like this is the one I had gotten like the most of. And so I've been, like, my goal has basically been trying to even out my numbers with this. And then I still got another one. I think it's just because I'd gotten so many slimes and cyans already that I was like, well, one more pink, that won't hurt, right? So I got it. Well, then that's what I was going to leave with. But they were selling these just whole in the package. Look at the beautiful rainbow. And these were ones that I was like slowly hoarding up. I'd buy like a couple here or there. But if I wanted like a whole neon blanket, I got 3 more. Or not neon, rainbow, I mean. This is the Big Twist Living. And the color, I believe, is Inclusivity. Yep, this is Inclusivity. And it's the anti-pilling. I really, really, really love this stuff. And I really love the rainbow. And they had like several boxes of just the 3 packs that they didn't even bother like unpacking. So yeah, I just grabbed one of these completely. So we got that. Then because of that, I went back because I love mixing black and rainbow. You know I do. So black and rainbow, I got, this is also the Big Twist Living, just to go with it, so I don't mix like a value with a non-pilling, right? Or anti-pilling. But I got 3 more just in black, and I think the color name might just be black also. Yep, they're just black. I have a few of these blacks, but not very many, so I figured it can't hurt, and it'll go really well with the rainbow. And then the very last thing I got was just another orphan on the way up to the cash register. Don't start an avalanche, Mavy Poo. Curiosity is getting the better of you, isn't it? Isn't it? Poor baby. But this is the color Fun Brights, and it's like basically like a pastel-y rainbow, which I think is really, really, really pretty. I love it. Even with the white in there instead of like black. Or you could add black to this and it would still be pretty, I think. But, you know, remains to be seen. But I do have several of these, and I saw this guy and I was like, you know what? It's one guy. Let's just take him along. So I adopted him. And, yeah. That's what I ended up leaving with. I had 2 bags. They fit in 2 bags. They didn't have, like I told you, I pretty much always buy a reusable shopping bag on my way just to have extra bags. So I don't have to pile my yarn up next to the table like I just did. But they didn't have any. They had like a few of the really small ones, which that's not going to hold anything. Nothing that I'm buying anyway. Yeah. So I guess now I need to be making something with this stuff, huh, baby? And not just buying it. I thought David's not feeling that great, but if he's down on our day off together, maybe we'll check a different one and just see if they did restock. Frankly, if they didn't, if this is like another trip back where they haven't restocked, it will make it easier to just curb my addiction and say that I'm done. And, you know, which, yeah, I really thought I was ready to before. And then David actually happened to go and look. And he messaged me and said they had yarn. So I'm gonna blame him for once on this one. But yeah, all right. On that note, I have to get ready for work. I have to get ready to say goodbye to my little munchkin for a while. So I'm gonna let you guys go. But just so you know, the stores are, not all of them obviously, but some of the stores are actually restocking for sure. So good luck for those of you who are still on the hunt, or, you know, good luck. My store did not stock any of the Vortex or the Totally Tweed or the Jelly Bean, but that store, I don't think that store had any to begin with, except for maybe some, like a shipment of Vortex at the very beginning of the release of Vortex. So I wasn't expecting like a lot of that, but I would have totally nabbed up some Totally Tweed, or depending on the color, a couple more Jelly Beans. I need the more like the gray toned ones to make up for what I was buying of the other ones. I tried so hard to even those out, and that didn't work. All right. Anyway, I will let you go. I love you guys, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.